10 hut. Hi guys, this is General Splatting here for Splatting Studios. Got a studio update, so let's start the briefing. What you're looking at is a privateer press model for the faction Skorne. It's Dominar Rasheth. Painted one of these before, but this is painted up as Epidemius for a Chaos Nurgle army. This is what the client wanted. He had this model sent to me so that it could be painted up that way. So I painted up the skin. Is corrupted. Used blues and yellows in here along the skin, and to make it look that way, used to offset all the greens, I used a purple and lavender color. Then the agonizers down here, used 3 different shades of green with them, and put the wanted a slime basis, so they're walking on over a slime field, and painted the green on the base, and then used Woodland Scenics water effects and tinted that slightly green and put that over the top. Then, the interesting thing about this is that it's got a lot of gold on the model, but since Nurgle is corrupting, it's corrupted the gold, so it's a greenish color now. And on the armor, this is gold, plate gold, so it's the gold is flaking and coming off, and it's rusting underneath, and so you see a lot of browns up there for rust, and some rust color browns, so to balance out the green with the purple. So what I did was I got the skin tones exactly like I wanted to. Then I came in with some blue inks and yellow inks and put it in the shadows and highlights to add interest to the model. Looked pretty good like it was, but I think it looks better with using the reds around the scar tissue and then along the face. I'll go in for a closer look at that in a minute. He's got his goblet of blood here, and I'll try to zoom in here in a moment to show you a few things with the model, but that's him. I think it turned out pretty cool. I think it balanced itself out. I used complementary colors that work well together. So let's try to go in for some closer looks. Okay, we're closer up. This shows the blues that I use and the yellows along the pectoral muscles. Then the blues that I used in around his face, and some of the yellows. The purple on here, I painted it up, highlighted and shaded it like I wanted. Then I took a very umber from Privateer Press P3 line, and put that on to signify the corruption, the rotting of the armor, and then put some browns in there. I think that's blood thorn brown in there. But on the armor, it's all painted gold. But what I used was to signify that it's gold plate and it's flaking off, it's coming off and rotting off. That's why it's not real bright. And I'll tell you the secret of how I got that greenish color in a second. But I'm just going to hold it up like this. Let's see what's in, okay. I painted the armor so it's looking, it's like it's rusting and the flaking off, but the light lavender color is the cloth, so I painted it like it's fading out, just over time. Now, interesting for the gems here, those are peridots. Not picking on peridots, but they have a kind of a greenish pearlescent look to them. A natural peridot does. Pretty ugly stone. I can say that because that's my birthstone for August. To get a synthetic peridot, it's going to look like a yellowish green, which is pretty. But these natural peridots are just ugly. It's a cross between a greenish diamond and a pearl. So Figured that would go kind of cool. A greenish, sickly looking gemstone with Nurgle. And then the agonizers down here. 3 different shades of green. And you can see up here on the palette they're toting around a bloody rag. His fan. I painted the white to look like he's been in this chair forever, and he's kind of, sort of like decomposing underneath, bed sores and everything, so it's all brown and liquidy, sort of like a mummy would be. So that's why, they're all just bleh. Here's the other agonizer, rusting everything up, got sores everywhere and leaking sores. Then the slime field that they're walking over. And then got this greenish tint with the gold that I used. Let's see if I can get in there. Use reds around the eyes. The eyes are white. Like I said, there's yellows in there. There's blues. See it in the cheeks and along the side of the head. And then yellow on top of the head. So, well, this was supposed to have been a level 1 model, but I'm going to be entering a contest, so I upped it to a 2+. Kind of halfway through, I decided to do this. So it's not quite display quality, but it's reasonably close. Really liked how the skin turned out with the blue there. I don't know if I can zoom in close enough, but let's see if I can and get this focused. Let's try a zoom now. Oh. But he's drinking his blood, and for you sharp-eyed people, he's eating his eyeballs. Instead of grapes, I made him eyeballs. I thought that would be a pretty cool idea. Now, you notice there all the greenish tones, and then use some regular gold with it as well for the, this was kind of gold plated at one time, but Nurgle's corrupted and it's rusting and everything else as you see there. Now, here is the secret for you guys that's doing Nurgle and Chaos. This is your secret for a metallic color. Let's see. Blighted Gold by P3. It's a greenish gold. I don't know what's going to show up, but I'll show it to you. See? This is the Nurgle metallic color right here. You can always highlight it with, gold or silver or anything else you want. Platinum. But for you guys doing Chaos and especially Nurgle, Blighted Gold. I think this is an awesome color. It's a Crix color for War Machine and Hordes, but this stuff is the bomb for Nurgle and Chaos because, being a Nurgle god, they can even corrupt a basic metal that's not corruptible like gold. So that's the significance of having the gold flake there across through there. Even that's been corrupted. The incorruptible, as it were, or incorrodible. Well, yeah, tell me what you think. I think it turned out well for something that I changed my mind with. And his little blood cup in his eyeballs, I think, are pretty cool. Let's get it back in focus. So, there we go. That's not shaky cam, that's me moving around. So that's it for Epidemius, Dominar Rasheth. Come on. There we go. Well, this is General Splatton asking you to comment, rate, and subscribe. And if you really like me, put me on your channels to watch. This is General Splatton. I'll talk again. Dismissed.